Let's say I am interested in Albania and I want to invest there. What, from a small investment standpoint, what would be my investment level over there from a dollar or from a euro standpoint? How much do you think is a small investment good enough? Not too small in the sense of that it should still produce something, right? We still want to maximize the investment return on it. So how much investment is needed? And as we were discussing earlier, at what phases can we sell that? And how about some financing from the banks? At what percentage the banks will finance that? Since you mentioned the banks kind of like to finance smaller projects because they're less riskier. I'm trying to understand like a project, right? So let's talk about a project. Where can we invest? How much investment is needed? How much I need to bring out of my pocket? And what are going to be the different phases of it?
Okay. As I said before, the small investments I'm considering from 5 to 10 million euro, dollar is same. Because I have to explain something. Usually investors, Albanian investors, doesn't buy terrain. They enter in cooperation with the property owner and they construct with some agreement they make with the property owner. I think that this is the biggest mistake that is done till now, and they continue to do, because they are always hanged on this property owner. So the first thing to do is to find a good terrain and to buy it directly. And depends on the area. You must know that Tirana have high prices of terrain, but in suburban and sea area, there are different prices, starting from 40 euro per meter square of terrain in the area near the beach on the Adriatic Sea, and continuing to maybe 200 euro per meter square in the south side, that is similar of Sardinia, as I said before. So it's to find a good terrain with good infrastructural connection. So the investments in infrastructure must be lower. And they start constructing small buildings, for example, maximum 80 square meter. So there can be sold in a short time. As I said before, here an investor can start selling from the moment that construction permit is approved. And at this moment they sell with lower price. If they start construction and, for example, finish the structural part of the building, they sell with higher price. Let's make some example. If selling after approval of construction permit phase is 800 euro per square meter, if you finish structural part, you can sell on 1,200 euro per square meter, and at the moment that is finished, that the quality of the project is seen from all, we can sell from 1,500 square meter and upper. It depends on the view. But these prices for Albania are very good because construction costs are lower. Exactly. I cannot say now which are the construction costs.
Yeah,
but lower.
Yeah, it's lower. So let's take that project further.
Another thing for foreign investors, our banks usually doesn't make credit. Foreign investors, usually. It depends because we have banks that are international and they can decide to make finance. But with 5 million or 10 million, there is no reason to take finance from banks.
Let's talk about the phases. You purchase the land for 40 euro square meter to 200 euro square meter.
It depends on the area.
Yeah, it depends on the area. And then you go with the process of soft cost, right? So getting the permit and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So what, on an average, what do you see as the soft cost on top of that? So after you bought the land and right before you can sell it to the first set of the investor, when your construction permit has been approved, what, on an average, what is the cost for getting to that stage?
Okay, from having the property and getting the approval, usually there is 1 year of time.
And that 1 year,
So in this cases, they make some other agreements. For example, with the property owner, we make an agreement that, for example, we'll pay 50% of the value of the terrain now, and the other 51 will be paid after construction permit is approved. So in this move, the investor doesn't pay the money of the terrain directly in one hand, gives time to himself to be prepared for construction permit and other things. And when construction permit is approved, the value of the property must be closed. Usually we take care to make this kind of agreement in cases when the property is bought.
so what is the cost that comes around to get the construction permit approved?
There is it depends on the area, but usually it's from 4% to construction cost till 8% of selling value that we have, that our government have made a list of each area, which is the selling value, for example, for apartments, housing, commercial area, and all of this. So, for example, if we think for investment of 5 million euro, usually the taxes are something like 300,000, something like that.
Okay,
I'm remembering the other cases that we have paid taxes on this amount.
Yeah. So if a project size is $5 million, then approximately 300,000 is the taxes. And out of that, you have, okay, and what is the construction cost? And now that you have paid 300,000 euros or dollars, whatever. So now that you have paid 300,000 for the taxes and you got the permit, and now you can start selling it at, you said, approximately 800 per square meter. Now, the actual construction cost, what is the construction cost that comes to build that project?
Okay, I'm giving start point and point so you can make yourself your middle point. It starts from 500 euro per meter square till 800 euro per meter square. It depends on the quality of the material. For example, if you use parquet or marble. But on this cost are calculated project costs, taxes that must be paid, project management costs. So on this cost that I'm saying from 500 to 800, they are all the costs related to the construction.
Got it. So that 500 to 800 includes the taxes that we were talking earlier.
Yes, include them.
Okay.
Including the value of the terrain.
Include the value of the terrain. Okay. So what we are saying is when an investor is selling something for 800 per square meter, the actual cost on that is somewhere around between 500 and 600. So for the work of that, approximately they are making 200 euros per square meter.
It depends on the quality, as I say. And if you maximize the construction time, for sure that you have a higher income. If you make good quality of investments, for sure that the price is higher. There are different opportunity how to save money during construction and how to make the project more applicable for the other and to have a higher selling price, okay, in the market, staying in the market size. Because, for example, here we can we have, for example, in Tirana, in suburban areas, they are construction that they are trying to sell for 2,500 euro per square meter. But if you go inside and you buy something like this, you see that there is no functionality of the area. The construction quality is not good enough. So you see that 2,500 euro per square meter is not the real price of the building. Okay? So the quality and the good functionality of the area is important.
Absolutely.